still fly, I'm sky high, and I dare anybody to try and cut my wings. I'm still pulling out the phantom, and these haters can't stand them, nigga. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still fly, I'm sky high, and I dare anybody to try and cut my wings. I'm still shutting cities down every time I come around, nigga. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still
clean in this bitch. I'm feeling myself, goddamn, a nigga rich. And every time I touch it, guaranteed to be a hit. And when them checks come, guaranteed to be a split. I'm flyer than an invitation, like I'm the information. Toronto's been waiting, I'm glad y'all been waiting patient. But I'm here now, these niggas is old news. I mix the cocaine powder with the Pro Tools. Yeah, crap, that's just how I double back. Yeah, Rapico jeans bleeding on them white Air Max. And these niggas keep asking me, when you gon' drop? Why the fuck you still harassing me? When that's gon' stop? I guess it's when my album's selling in the stores. And they saying, damn, I used to know the boy, now I barely see him. And them little kids wanna be him. He a star now, look up, you'll probably see him.
You know, I wish I could be a part of the vlog today, but women call. I'm being called, I must go. Alternative emo women.
This is the Riz God right here. If anyone needs any advice on women, I had a kid DM me about can you help me DM a girl? And I was like, honestly, if you're watching this, DM this guy.
I've almost been called Rizzard Nixon before. Wizard of Oz, the three Rizzateers. Look at us. Come on. RONNIE.MAIRS on Instagram. I do coaching for Rizzleton.
In my head, strung out and I'm almost gone, but I'm coming after you again. And it was nice to meet you, I'm coming to see you. Walking the streets after midnight, feel my bloodstream, Halloween daydream. Baby, come make me alright. It's a long, long way down. Takes my heart, leave me on the floor. Hurts like hell, she's a painkiller. Till my lungs make me beg for more. Keep me numb, she's a painkiller. Backed out by the city glow and the sun's not coming yet. No way I'm coming clean, you're the demon in my bed. And it was nice to meet you, you were the fever. Driving alone in your black car, I'm hardly breathing, down on my knees and sinking alone till I see dark. Ooh, it's a long, long way down. Takes my heart, leave me on the floor. Hurts like hell, she's a painkiller. Till my lungs make me beg for more. Keep me numb, she's a painkiller.
We gotta get a cap shot. Oh,
Look at that, bro. Nuts.
Till my lungs make me beg for more. Keep me numb, she's a painkiller. Breaks my heart, leave me on the floor. Hurts like hell, she's a painkiller. Till my lungs make me beg for more. Keep me numb, she's a painkiller.
good on your.
Yeah.
I kind of see what I get now.
Yeah. Because usually the deads, my lower back is always fucking hurting.
Yeah.
Those don't.
This is, yeah, true. We're trying to like figure out how to like make our deadlift portion. We usually start at the beginning, but we're ending it now. And we want to get more like back involvement more than like our glutes and hams. So we're trying more like a stiff-legged deadlift. And yeah, I feel the same way. I feel it more like I'm like actually pulling with like my back, you know, my lats, but still trying to figure it out.
I really do like the bathroom, that little.
Alright, well, I hope you guys liked that video. Shout out to my boy Brian. That's his Instagram right there. He's the fucking boy. He did a really good job videoing that. And it made it really easy for me to put together and edit. But anyway, yeah. As you guys can see, I'm growing out the mustache a little bit. First time in my life I've ever grown it out. Please be honest with me. Tell me if I look like a fucking child predator, or it looks good, or I just need more time. Because I feel like I look like a fucking pedo, but I also have never had a mustache in my life and kind of want to grow one, so let me know what you think. But yeah, the rest of the video I just want to talk about like kind of like how I gained all the weight that I did. In the title you can see I put, you know, how I gained 50 pounds in 1 year. I gained actually like 48 pounds in the year, but clickbait purposes, you know, I had to put 50. I think I'm gonna go outside. My fucking room right now is just an absolute mess. I have a whole bunch of like, all this right here is all like YOUNGLA clothes that like don't really fit me anymore. That I'm gonna give away. I've been meaning to give them away for a while, but like I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, I can't be in here right now. It's too messy. So yeah, this is the beauty of living in Arizona. Even in the fucking winter time, it's literally beautiful out here. And I can literally just come out here, like whenever I have to do some shit, bro. Like I'm gonna answer DMs or like update some clients like plan. Like literally can just sit out here and do it. I don't know why anyone would not want to live here, except for the fact that it gets 120 in the summer. But all right. But anyways, you guys clicked on this video for a reason. So how I gained 50 pounds. I was about 140 pounds at my lowest. 143 pounds was my stage weight. So here's some pictures of what I looked like at 143 pounds. Pretty fucking shredded. I competed twice in 2021, in November and in December. And ever since I finished my competition, I went into a little bit of a reverse diet and then have just been bulking ever since, haven't mini cut at all. And now here I am today, or this is like the most recent progress pictures I have of me at 190 pounds fasted in the morning. So in my opinion, I don't think I gained too much fat. Like I think I've held a pretty like consistent condition ever since I, was about 170 pounds to 190. Yeah, in my notes yesterday, I wrote down like a whole bunch of things that I want to talk about with you guys. So first and foremost, everything I say and like all the advice I'll ever give is really simple stuff, honestly, when you break it down. The biggest advice I give to people when people DM me and ask for help is it's really just about doing the small things correctly over a large period of time. So consistently doing the little things right. That's all it's about. I feel like people, especially nowadays, try and overcomplicate bodybuilding or gaining weight, losing weight, putting on muscle or losing fat. Like people overcomplicate it. Sure, it can be hard for sure, but it boils down to really simple stuff. So first one I have on here is, I'll talk about training first. So people always ask like, what's your diet, what's your training program for bulking, what's your training program for cutting? There really isn't like a set like plan you should have that like is designed for cutting or designed for bulking, in my opinion. You can run the same workout split while you're bulking or while you're cutting. And sure, you might want to like play around with like volume. If you're really deep into a cut, you might want to tone down the volume a little bit, just for fatigue purposes and recovery, especially if you're doing like a lot of cardio. And yeah, maybe during your bulk, your body can handle a little bit more volume. You're eating more, you're sleeping a little bit better, and your body's recovering well. For the most part, the idea of training is always try your best to progressive overload each week, focus on your form, constantly, train fucking hard, and use exercises that work well with you. That's all I'm gonna say for training right now. In terms of now diet and everything, first I'll say the obvious, like you wanna be in a calorie surplus if you're trying to gain weight. So do that by tracking your calories. You can find the calories to bulk. It's pretty simple. Like you can just go to a calorie, what's it called? Like TDEE, where you can like get your you can put in your like height and weight and like how old you are and how active you are, and it'll tell you like what your maintenance calories will be. And then here's the thing with that. So that's where you want to start, right? This is more of like basic stuff, but all right, my camera died and I don't want to lose my train of thought. That's where you start. Find out like what your maintenance calories may be, or like close to. And then say you punch everything in and it says 3,000, right? So your maintenance calories are 3,000 calories, for example. So what you want to do now is, for the first, I recommend 1 to 2 weeks, is track everything you eat and try and hit 3,000 calories every single day, and then see what happens to your weight. So if your weight stays the same, then there you have it. You have your maintenance calories. If you've lost weight, then, well, that's a deficit and you need more calories to maintain your weight. And if you gained weight, well, then you're in a surplus. And then you play around with that number based on how much weight you want to gain. So if you're aiming for, about a pound a week, and you gained half a pound in that 2 weeks, then up it a little bit. And yeah, it's really as simple as that. And then say you find out that your maintenance is 3,000, then you want to eat 3,500 to gain some weight. Now you may do that for a month, 2 months, 3 months, but over time, that 3,500 calories might become your maintenance, and then you'll have to increase again to start gaining more weight. People get confused sometimes because you don't have like a set amount of calories that's always your maintenance calories. There's a lot of factors that depend on what calorie intake will make you gain weight and which won't. But now to get into a little bit more detail of like what made my bulk, what's made my bulk very successful so far. So personally, I eat very, very clean. People that know me well know that I eat the same shit every single day, basically. I have a cheat meal once every 2 weeks, and that cheat meal is either an In-N-Out burger or sushi. And every single other meal besides those, I cook myself, I weigh, and I track, and I eat the same shit every single day. And the big thing I wanted to touch on is that, counting calories is like a very popular thing to do. You get like MyFitnessPal or whatever, and you know, you can scan the code or just, you know, type it in and you can see how much calories you're eating. The reason that that doesn't work for a lot of people, because number one, people track wrong, and number two, people are tracking stuff that can't really be tracked. So if you want to be super accurate, you cook everything and you count your calories that. You cook everything yourself and you count your calories that way. And that, there's no problem with that. The problem lies is when you go out to Chipotle and then you think and you input everything you got in there and you count it as 800 calories, but actually that bowl is 1300 calories. And when you do that and you're constantly eating different things every day, and there's huge 100, 200, 300, 400 calorie variances in things that you're putting into your MyFitnessPal, that's the reason why you're not getting results. It's very, very easy to mistrack something when you're counting your calories and you're eating different things every day. I stress people a lot that if you really want to just track, if you want to track your calories and do it accurately, eat similar foods every single day and cook it for the most part. And also, you know, a popular trend is always to like dirty bulk. I really do not find that ideal at all. I think there's a big difference in the body composition that you get when, you know, you're bulking on 3,500 calories of junk versus 3,500 calories of clean food. Next, I want to get into digestion. So this is something I've really grown my knowledge about recently within the last 1 to 2 years. Trying to find foods that digest well with you, and also trying to find foods that the foods that don't digest well with you and eliminating those from your plan. When in off season or in a bulk, you're going to be pushing a lot of food and your body has to digest that. And there's certain foods that don't work well with people, and it causes a lot of problems as we run into issues with like stomach problems and not being able to eat and feeling bloated and all that kind of stuff. So trying to find the foods that don't digest well with you is super important. I know it's hard to get fruits and vegetables into your plan during a bulk or an off season because they're, you know, higher volume and less calories, but I do think it's very important to incorporate at least a couple veggies and at least a couple of vegetables into every single day of your meal plan, and those also help really well with digestion as well. Another thing is that this time around, compared to my last bulks, I have decided to do a little bit of a lower fat diet. I used to have in my plan about 120, 130 grams of fat in my plan while I was bulking. Currently I do about 80 to 100 on the high end, but usually around 80 to 90 grams of fat a day. And I feel like that helps me, again, going back to like a little bit of digestion. Like I just feel like my body processes carbs and proteins a little bit easier than fats. And whenever I have like a lot of fat, it just fills me up, makes me feel sick, makes me feel real tired, and it's hard to get the next meal down. And one more thing I totally forgot, recovery and sleep. This is something that's super underlooked in my opinion when it comes to building muscle. Your body needs to recover and your body needs to sleep to build muscle. Sure, you can still bodybuild if you get 5 hours of sleep, but ideally, I always recommend 8 to 9 hours, maybe even 10 if you need it, but 8 to 9 hours is like the sweet spot in my opinion. 7 is bare minimum. People downplay how much sleep does for you, but I'll tell you what, it makes a world of a difference. And try it. If you're getting 6 or 7 hours of sleep right now, try getting 8 or 9 and you'll see a difference in the gym, in your mood, everything. I know we live in a busy world and you know it's hard to find time, but we all have the same 24 hours and it's all about what you prioritize in your life. So you can do it, it's up to you. And obviously I'm trying to bodybuild at the highest level possible, so everything I say isn't really necessary for everybody. If you want to be the best bodybuilder you can be, or you want to put on the most muscle as possible, this is all advice that I really do recommend. Like I say in every video, I try and give you guys the best advice I can give, the best of my knowledge, but I don't know everything. Do as much research as you can, and learn your own body through experiences. I think that's really it. I'm not really sure how long that is. I've literally been out here talking for like an hour, but I'm gonna try and chop it up into like 10 minutes or so. But I'm gonna wrap it up now. Remember, train fucking hard, eat like a dog, let your body recover, and you'll be a fucking beast. Deuces. Into